Another year, another Kennywood opening day. Not only are we in for another fun-filled season, but this year, Kennywood is now part of Hershen Family Entertainment. How's it going, everyone? It's David here, and join me as I tour around Kennywood to see what is new and happening here in 2025. So let's go in and try to have some fun. Good morning, Kennywood, and boy, is it good to be back. This year, Kennywood is opening earlier here in mid-April for the all-new Eggcellent Celebration. So yes, we are going to have springtime and Easter-themed decor, and we're going to be able to visit Tuft the Easter Bunny. Kennywood now has automated ticket booths here at the entrance for you to get your day tickets. And this year, tickets are going to cost you $75 here at the gate. Here is your map for the 2025 season. One thing that Kennywood is promoting, that you can have a digital tickets or season passes on their brand new app. I'll give Kennywood credit. Park scheduled to open here at 11, and they open up the gate here 25 minutes early. None of the rides are open at the moment, as to be expected. For the Eggcellent Celebration, they have Tuft's Scavenger Hunt. They have Easter eggs with different icons. Find a stand like this, get stamped, and once you fill out your card, you'll get a prize.
There's the bunny! Hurry! The bunny! You're hungry.
Good morning and welcome to Kennywood for our 127th season this year. So thank you all for being here. Today marks the beginning of Kennywood's longest season ever and the park's earliest opening date since 1931. So this is a very long time in the works. And again, we're going to be open all the way through January 4th this year. So while we continue to update the park with new additions that you've seen in the past few years, like Spinvasion, our all-new Eggcellent Celebration, and the long-anticipated return of the record-setting steel curtain. While we do all of that, we're always going to honor our rich history that we have here at Kennywood. And the all-new Kennywood Junction themed area does just that, bringing together the park history and tradition while celebrating, of course, the city of Pittsburgh. And the new Kennywood Junction also features 5 newly themed rides that families can enjoy together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That name?
I'm sure you do, but this voice of Kennywood will broadcast news from the front lines of the war from the middle of the park.
1941 provided some much-needed laughter with the debut of Laughing Sal. And the post-war baby boom saw the addition of the Little Dipper roller coaster and an expansion of Kittyland, which was one of the largest in America. And as the nation entered into the television age in the 1950s, so did Kennywood. Our band shell became host to many celebrities nowadays. The Lone Ranger, Rare Dog Clown from the Howard Stern Show, and my favorite, Three Stooges, just to name a few. That decade also saw the addition of our Fall Fantasy Parade, best in the New York Times in 1974. In 1975, Kennywood made the decision to build its first $1 million ride, the Log Jam. It helped launch us into a new era. We also decided to retire the popular characters of Henry and Howdy Doody and create our own mascots, including Kenny Kangaroo and Jeeters. But do you know the most important addition to the park in this era?
Of course, it was the potato patch with its world-class French fries.
We opened in the 80s with our first steel coaster, the Laser Loop. We added many other rides to our lineup, including the Gold Rusher, Pirate, and the Wave Switch.
Welcome back, everyone. How was it? That's great to hear.
Well, I could never say I rope dropped the train before, but here we are. My first Kennywood ride of the season is on the Olde Kennywood Railroad. After the ribbon cutting ceremony, got to go on the ride, and it is, as I grew up with it, as a historical tour of Kennywood. And in the back circle, not only do they have some decorations for the Eggcellent Celebration, but they also have old artifacts, including a car from the Turnpike, and some cars from the Cadillac cars, some great old pictures, and it's always good to ride the train, especially on the historic Gimbal Flyer. Also, if you know, that is Planet Coaster music they're playing here. All right, we got Kenny and Jeeters. Welcome, Jeeters. Welcome back to Kennywood. And Kenny, how could I forget you? All right. Happy early Easter, too. Oh, I love this tree decor. Oh, wow. Is it made of chocolate? Okay, my impressions here of Kennywood Junction are mostly positive. As we know, this was formerly Thomastown, and it is still the same ride, still the same infrastructure, but it is given a Pittsburgh and Kennywood touch. There's a lot of little Easter eggs here and there. As I mentioned earlier, the train has a lot of old artifacts and pictures from the park's history. Overall, it's very well presented, and Kennywood did a very good job. Again, for this year, not necessarily a brand new ride or attraction, but more of a refresh, just like how the Grand Prix into the Potato Smash last year, it was from Thomastown now into Kennywood Junction. Overall, I think it's pretty well received. It fits in well here into Kennywood, and I think in time, we're just gonna call this area Kennywood Junction, and we're gonna forget that Thomas even existed. Just had my first rides of the season on both Jackrabbit and Racer. And I'll tell you what, it is in the low 40s right now. Those were very brisk rides. Another opening day where the steel curtain is not open. However, Kennywood is promising that it will be ready later this season. They are actively working on this. They've been doing this all day, welding and adding brand new bracing and supports. And there is much more cross ties, vertical, diagonal pillars everywhere to make this ride more structurally sound, hopefully for future years to come. Steel Curtain also got a brand new logo this year as well. I've said this before, but 1898 Coffee Company I think was one of the best ideas Kennywood has ever had. It's a cold one, and I'll tell you what, a hot cup of coffee feels real good right now. I am happy to report that the Penny Arcade is now fully open. Last season, only half of it was available. Sad news, Permane Brothers has now moved out. Well, this is the line situation on the Phantom. Running with 2 trains and no wait. Whew, nothing like a brisk cold ride on the Phantom's Revenge. Definitely not running to its fullest potential today. Definitely running a little sluggish, but man, that brisk cold wind chill on that thing is nuts. when you come to Kennywood this year, make sure to come out and ride the auto race, for it is celebrating 95 years here at the park. This is the only Traver auto ride left in existence, and it was built in 1930. And that's going to do it here from Kennywood opening day. I would call this day quite successful, despite it being very chilly here today. Crowd-wise, it was not super busy, but that meant that most of the rides did not have long lines. In fact, I do want to give props to Kennywood that every ride that was scheduled to be open was open today, water rides and steel curtain excluded. And I thought operations were quite decent. The only exception I would say was Skyrocket. Didn't get on that today. That was only running one train. The rest of the park was looking good. Some of the Easter decorations were very cute. There really isn't any new ride this year, more or less a focus on revamping the steel curtain and Kennywood Junction. But we are, I would call it a transition phase between Palace over to Hershen. And I think Kennywood has a really bright future looking forward. This is going to be Kennywood's longest season in a very long time, and I say the more the merrier. Even though it is a little chilly here, I still definitely had a good time, and we'll be back many more times here in the summer. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it and subscribe for more Kennywood and amusement park content. And with that being said, thank you all for riding, and I'll see you next time.